welcome back to my channel. If you're the owner of thin lips, but you always dreamt of a big full lip, don't want to do any lip procedures, then stay with me. I am blessed with a very good skin, but unfortunately my lips are not as full as I would want them to be. And if I'm honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the filler injections or hyaluronic acid injections in the lips. Just because I see the models, I see the clients who had that procedure done, and it's pretty obvious that the lips are not natural. But there are a few makeup tricks that can make the lip appear much bigger than what it is, and I'm going to show you these now. I'm gonna go in a great detail of how to make your lips bigger. If any of these steps is too much for you, just drop them. So this first step that I'm going to show you now is actually the step that I don't do on myself, but I want to show you because it is possible and it will make your lips appear even bigger than what they are. So first of all, you need to take any contouring cream, powder, anything that has that kind of a cooler shading that you would use underneath your cheekbones to kind of emphasize and contour your face. For me, this is Kiko Creamy Stick in number 200, and what we will need to do is to create a false shadowing around your lip, so visually your lip looks a little bit more protruding. Usually these spots are right underneath here. Can you see there is a slight natural shadow underneath my lip already? What I need to do is just emphasize on it a little bit more and slightly wing the residue towards each side. These lines should not be harsh unless you're after a very defined kind of a full glam look. For camera, you can get away with harsher lines, but for everyday you don't really need these lines to be super strong because you don't want anybody to notice that you have done those lines to emphasize on your lips. So you can see already this kind of automatically enlarged my bottom lip. We need to do the same on the top lip. Now, be careful going all the way around, all around your mouth. We just need to kind of get that suggestion that visually will trick our eye to thinking that the lips are naturally bigger. So on top, this shadow should only be around the middle part here in the Cupid's bow. Guys, you can do this with creams or you can do this with powders. It doesn't matter as long as the shading is not too warm and not too strong, because you remember the shadows are usually created with the cooler tones. The shadows are never bronzy, they're never warm. Even that, to my liking, is already too much, so I'm not gonna go any more. Just need to make sure that everything is blended and that it doesn't look like you've got a mustache on, like that. The next step is going to be to line your lips, to line and overline the lips. Now, I know a lot of my clients, they don't like overlining the lips. I always offer to all of my private clientele and my brides. However, I do notice that 80% of my girls say that this is too much for them and that they don't normally wear their lips so emphasized. So this will suit for those who is willing to experiment or going out. So I always start lining my lips from the bottom lip. And I start within the lines because I can always overline, but it is much harder to take away, especially if your liner is waterproof. Maybe in the beginning, if you're just new to this technique, try liners that are not long wearing. This is the one I'm using now, is from MUA Makeup Academy. This one is in the color Heartfelt, which is a really beautiful nude shade. And I'm gonna lightly kind of mark the territory of my lip and also fill in the hole. Now, when you guys gonna overdraw, be really careful not to overdraw the outer corners. Only concentrate on overdrawing the middle part. The current lip shade trend is that it's overdrawn in the middle here, only on the Cupid's bow. The lip trends change a lot throughout the years. You remember in 1920s was just the middle part of the lip. In 1950s was really sharp all over lip. Now it's just the middle here and then thinner on the outlines in here. So currently the shape I'm gonna draw on myself is actually the shape that is trending right now. So the edges here I also like to kind of smudge lightly. So the more smudged the line, the bigger will be the kind of vision of the fuller lip. And then if you smudge too much, you can always come back and draw a little bit more prominent line, like this. Now this lip liner that I'm using right now is really affordable lip liner. It's only cost £2.25 in Superdrugs or on the brand's website. Now if you guys are interested in more affordable makeup products, then I have a full video on 5 of my favorite affordable makeup items. I'm gonna link it up here. Check it out when you have a moment. So the first stage is filling within the natural line, not making the lip bigger in the outer parts. Once this is done, then I can start building on the shape. My first exaggeration, again, is going to be only in the middle. So I will start lightly filling in this area here, very lightly, because it's always easier to add than it is to take away. The middle here. So can you see? So this shadow that we have created, I have almost kind of filled it in. This is the reason why on my lip shape I don't go with the first step, but if you have a little bit different lip shape, it may work for you. So do give that technique a go. This is a really cool shape. I really enjoy this shape. So it's almost like bypassing your natural Cupid's bow and kind of joining everything in that O shape, which is super trendy right now. However, if you don't like that, you can always, go over and create a little bit more of the M shape in there. However, remember, McDonald's arches are not trendy right now. So you see, here I did not overdraw anything. Here I left my natural lip line, so I want this line and this line to join into nothing, almost like in a triangular shape like this. And only overlining the middle part in here. I'm gonna go over and smudge a little bit the top line as well. Now I don't want the lip to be completely like a wishy-washy stain. I still want that shape, but just not as harsh on lining. This is a small bullet brush from MAC in 219. You can use any brush, you can use eyeshadow brush, anything that is quite pointy that will not disturb your lining. To me, this is more than enough. I wouldn't want the line to be any blurrier than what it is right now. Then you can fill your lip with a lipstick, but don't follow the line all around. So apply lipstick just before this line. Actually, let me show you. So the lipstick I picked is from L'Oreal Intense Color number 1 in fillable lipstick. This is like super waterproof lip tint that you can then use a gloss part on top. I don't use this lipstick very often, it's just the first one that I could find. Usually lip liner would have to be darker than a lipstick. However, if you are trying to create this kind of just a shadowing around, it doesn't really matter. You can go a few shades lighter, especially if you're using nudes. I'm gonna use a brush for this one. And you see, I'm adding the color underneath the line. So these bars, these Cupid bows, I'm quite lucky with my lip shape, although it's not as full as I would want it to be. However, the lip shape on its own is pretty decent. I like to put the lipstick, see, over my natural lip line in here. And because we've now overdrawn it, this lip line is the most protruding part of my lip before it starts to descend. When I put lipstick or lip gloss on it, because it's protruding, it's the first area that starts to reflect the light. This visually protrudes even more, and this is why I always overline after that line. And the same here. We have this shadowing underneath that automatically makes our lip 3D, which looks like the lip is much bigger than what it is. If you are not the fan of the lip gloss, you can stop here. I'm gonna go a step further and apply lip gloss to show you how this will protrude the lip even further. First, I actually want to show you this new addition to my kit. Super beautiful packaging that I bought specifically to record one of my Instagram videos. By the way, if you don't follow me on Instagram, then what are you waiting for? Go give me a follow. It's Tamar Todd. Very easy to find me. I will be happy to hear from you. So this lip plumper from the brand Physicians Formula is very reflective with a very slight kind of a shimmery shimmer inside. It's also a little pinchy on the lips. So what that does, the skin feels like it's being attacked, so the blood flow rushes to the lips, so the lips appear even fuller. That's another trick. Ah. How beautiful! Yeah, it even smells like peppermint. I can feel the little pinching now. If I'm honest, pinchy lip glosses are not my favorite. I'm not the biggest fan of that feeling. However, I do know that they work temporarily. Yeah, this whole area literally felt like I've put some pepper on my lips. I concentrate my lip glosses literally on top of my natural lip line where it finishes that kind of cupid's bow. If you're gonna apply the lip gloss over, it's just gonna start diffusing all of the shadowing you created, so try to kind of keep the lip gloss just before the lip line. And if you're worrying that your lipstick is gonna run, then don't apply any lip gloss in here. It's going to mostly reflect the line within the middle part of the pout regardless. All of the sides, they kind of fall in a shadowy area, especially if you have the lines around the lips. This is the areas to avoid. So here you go, guys. These are my quick tips on how to make your thin lips appear thicker. Let me know if you already knew some of these or if you have any other tricks up your sleeve. Just pop them in the comments down below. For now, thank you very much for watching and I see you on my next one.